You think you know The Empire Strikes Back? Well, here's 15 things you may not have known about Star Wars Episode 5. In order to keep creative control, George Lucas didn't use a major studio to finance the film. Instead, he financed the $33 million production himself using profits from A New Hope and bank loans. Director Irvin Kershner was one of George Lucas's professors at USC, and he initially refused Lucas's offer to direct.
I love you.
Originally, Han was just going to say I love you too, but Harrison Ford didn't like it, so Irvin Kershner told him to improvise, and Harrison went with,
I know.
Luke, I am your father.
This is how most people remember the line, but here's the actual line.
No, I am your father.
It's not true. That's impossible!
But don't feel bad, even Darth Vader himself got it wrong.
When I first saw the dialogue that said, Luke, I am your father, I said to myself, he's lying.
While filming, Lucas was so determined to keep that line a secret that he had Darth Vader actor David Prowse deliver the line as, Obi-Wan killed your father. In the first draft of the script, Echo Base was to be a buried ice castle. Exteriors for the ice planet Hoth were shot in Norway during the worst snowstorm that the country had seen in 50 years. Temperatures had dropped to -20 Fahrenheit, or -29 Celsius, and 18 feet, or 5.5 meters of snow fell. In 1976, Mark Hamill was in a car accident. He was carrying no ID, and his face was so badly injured that no one could recognize him. Despite rumors, this scene was not added to explain the changes in Hamill's face from A New Hope to this film. It was unclear if Alec Guinness would reprise his role as Obi-Wan Kenobi due to a recent surgery. He agreed to a single day of shooting, arriving on set at 8:30 a.m., finishing by 1 p.m., and was paid 1/4 percentage point of the film's gross, which was worth millions of dollars. More scenes were shot with the Wampa, but were ultimately cut because of issues with the suit, and there are deleted sequences where the Wampas are captured and kept in Echo Base. C-3PO tries to trick some snowtroopers into entering where they're kept. The troopers enter and are attacked. A full-size Millennium Falcon was built. It was 80 feet long, 16 feet high, and weighed 23 tons. This guy right here is John Ratzenberger, or Cliff Clavin from Cheers. This guy is Julian Glover, or Donovan from Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. And this guy is from those Colt 45 ads.
There are 2 rules to remember if you want to have a good time. Rule number 1, never run out of Colt 45. Rule number 2, never forget rule number 1.
They did multiple takes of Luke bumping his head, and Mark Hamill had to hit his head every time. Also, in one of the takes for this scene, the snake bit him.
He will be plunged deeper into the abyss of hate and despair.
Are you standing right on the line?
Yeah. Didn't he bite me? He just took it was a little love nip.
Stuart Freeborn modeled Yoda off his own face and Albert Einstein's. Carrie Fisher is about a foot shorter than Harrison Ford and stood on a box for many of her scenes with him. And here's a bonus one, some of these asteroids are actually potatoes. That's it for this episode of You Think You Know Movies. Make sure to subscribe, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and get the latest movie and TV news on ScreenCrush.com.